Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Cody Matson, the Fox 9 Weather Center. Wanted to give you some updates on some of the severe weather occurring in parts of south central and southeastern Minnesota. Now, just as a reminder for metro folks, this does not include the Twin Cities metro, but it doesn't mean that parts of southern and southeastern Minnesota aren't any less important. So we have a couple of tornado warnings and a new severe thunderstorm warning. It does include the city of Rochester. The tornado warning did include the city of Albert Lea. There was a possible tornado by a spotter just between essentially northeast of Albert Lea by just a couple of miles. Did get reports of southern Albert Lea with some trees and power lines down. Do not know whether that was actually from a tornado or not, whether that was just straight line wind. So here's your tornado warning. Continues for another 20 minutes or so for sections of Freeborn County. It's mostly the northern edge of this now, as the tornadic part of this storm is actually swept from southwest to north and east. And if I'm going to pull out the scope and basically look at things in this that are potentially spinning here. There it is. And you're looking for a red and green couplet. So green is pushing away from the radar, which is located in Chanhassen. Red is moving towards the radar. So it gives us that spin angle and the bottom part of this particular storm. And you're looking for what we call a couplet, or basically bright green and bright red right next to each other. This isn't the best tornado signature, if you want to call it, that I've ever seen, but there's certainly some circulation in here, and it's generally moving towards Blooming Prairie. This is essentially part of the storm that may have produced a tornado just outside of Albert Lea, and I believe we actually have a picture from one of the jam cams. So here's the picture. No idea whether this is a tornado or not, but certainly a lowering of some kind. May have been what we call a shelf cloud, or it's basically a cloud leading the cold, dense air. So it's actually air getting pushed out ahead of it and pushed upwards. And so it hits your condensation point. It essentially creates clouds really low to the ground. And so that's what we may be seeing here. So this was just north of Albert Lea, looking off to the northeast. What was it, about 15 minutes ago, give or take? There may have been a spin in here. There may have not been. I don't know, but it's possible. This would have been the general location that there may have been a tornado. Okay, let's go back to weather 2. Thank you very much. So there's the potential tornadic part of the storm just to the southwest of Blooming Prairie. If you're in Blooming Prairie, you should put your tornado plan in place. Get to the lowest level of your home or whatever building or structure you're in, and stay away from outside walls and windows. Do have another tornado warning just to the north of there, basically encompassing the northern edge of that storm, and then this one with a potential tornado somewhere in here, but this is not confirmed. So you have a potentially confirmed tornado in the bright flashing pink zone, and then you have a Doppler radar indicated tornado potentially with some rotation. And so there's a possibility of a tornado, though, that has not been confirmed or seen by anyone. That's in our black shaded area right there. So there's tornado warning number 2. This goes only a few more minutes for sections of Steele County, and then more concern with straight line winds with this one. Notice how there's part of the storm that's actually behind this section or to the west. So we're actually pushing the storm outward with likely strong gusty winds. That's why our severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for basically the Rochester area. So essentially from Blooming Prairie and that possible tornadic spot of that storm to the Rochester area. 60 to 70 mile an hour wind gusts will be possible with this one. So heads up if you're in and around the Rochester area, try to stay away from outside walls and windows. That severe thunderstorm warning goes for about the next 45 minutes, will take us to 2:45. Just a reminder for the Twin Cities metro, there is no severe weather, and we're not expecting severe weather, as the tornado watch is off to our south and east and the severe weather is off to our south and east. But again, some pockets of very heavy rain certainly moving its way across the Twin Cities metro. That's as much as we have from the Fox 9 Weather Center at this point. If there's new tornado warnings or we're getting more information, of course, we'll break back into programming, but we'll now take you back to regular Fox 9 programming and all day on streaming.